Lovely, perfect. So here it is, your lovely new van. I'll be doing your handover today. We'll take it from the look in your car. We're experienced caravanners.
Yeah, it's my first time.
Yeah, perfect, fantastic.
Well, third,
so
I
don't need to talk about sighting and levelling and things like that. You're happy with?
No, it's
Happy with
fine,
that?
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So all I'll do is we'll make a start on the front end. I'll talk about all the features externally on your van. Then we'll jump inside and I'll talk about everything inside.
Okay.
If you have got any questions at any point, please feel free to ask away. The main aim of today is I won't make you an expert in the van, but I want to give you enough of the basic knowledge so you can go out and start enjoying yourselves in it. And obviously the more times you go out in it, the more times you'll learn. Okay, so start at the very front end. So we've obviously got your stabiliser hitch at the front.
Yep.
So it's a grease-free and paint-free tow ball. Obviously if you do tow anything else, just make sure you give your tow ball a bit of a clean before you pick it up.
Is it the same principle? Or the old one had the similar thing I use?
Yeah, all it is.
4 points or 2?
It's
Yeah,
just
packs.
the two pads inside of there. So all that does is
That's all right. I use Mesnom to clean that. And the
yeah, that's it. Yeah, any sort of strong alcoholic solution that dries off because it needs to be bone dry in there.
Yeah.
And obviously with
it
it drying,
sometimes, but that's all right, isn't it?
yeah, the main reason it squeaks is normally A, you may have a bit of grease in there, or B, you may find there was some paint left on it. And paint's notorious, but sticking to the pads then, and it will. It sounds like you're running over a mouse every time you try and down. So then underneath obviously the main hitch, breakaway cable, handbrake is as simple as handbrake off.
Yeah.
Handbrake on.
Okay,
Easy as
fine.
that.
And that's full on like that?
Yeah, full on. It will,
Go any further.
if you're on a slight slope, don't be alarmed if it does come all the way back onto here.
It can come
so
higher.
it will automatically apply the more the brakes need to engage to stop
Okay.
the wheel from turning.
Yeah,
So don't,
fine.
as I say, don't be alarmed.
No.
Jockey wheel, obviously up and down, raise and lower off the handle.
Yeah.
And then obviously 13 pin for your lights and your
Yeah,
electrics.
we've got 30 pin on the
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, moving to the gas locker on the front.
Yep.
Now, this is just my demonstration gas in here. All I need to know off you folks is what gas do you run off?
Propane.
Exactly the same,
Same
perfect.
thing.
So all it is
Abort, yep.
I will get you a brand new pigtail and fit it in for you. So all you'll need to do is just attach your bottles. Unless you've got your bottles in.
I've brought the bottle with me, yeah. And I get lots of different attachments.
It's up to you. These are the finger type ones, or I can get you a spanner one, it's up to you.
Well, I mean, that's presumably more useful. I've got a spanner, but they get rusty and
Perfect.
bunged around.
I'll accidentally pick one of them up when I go and grab it for you,
fine,
so
okay,
no
fine.
worries. So
Same principle, anti-clockwise thread.
Yeah, exactly the same. All it is they're just finger tight, fantastic, a lot easier than using a
don't
spanner.
over-tighten it.
No, don't over tighten it. Just as tight as you can with your fingers, and that's perfectly fine.
Okay,
As
fine.
daft as it is, when you switch it on, if you haven't done it tight enough, you will hear the slight hiss, so you know just to tighten it up slightly.
Okay, fine.
Obviously, regulator on the back.
Yeah.
There is a gas shut-off valve here,
okay, yeah.
but just switch your bottles on and off.
And that's
for your
good enough,
gas
yeah.
on and off, yeah.
And
That
I've always
shut-off.
wondered, at night,
Yeah.
do you recommend if you're on a site, would you just leave the gas on all the time?
Now, I'm quite gas confident, so I wouldn't leave my gas on.
You wouldn't be worried about it?
No, I wouldn't. It's no different than your gas at home.
Yeah.
You don't go round and switch your main gas shut off in your house.
Yeah.
And I treat it exactly the same. So if it's for your own peace of mind, yes, you can. But no, I literally just switch your bottle off when you're travelling, as long as they're strapped in. Just switch the bottle off. And then obviously all your storage space in the front there, so you've got a fair old space in the front. So motion on down the side. So obviously your front legs are both on the front corners of the van.
Yep.
Truma vent.
Right.
So this is for your heating system as well as your hot water boiler. So it's all integrated into one unit in the corner there.
Okay.
Now it'll run on gas, electric, or gas and electric at the same time. And there's no covers to remove or anything out here. That vent just literally sits there and does its job.
What's the reason for running on both gas and electric? Or
Just the time that it'll heat back up for you.
it's quicker if you've got electric as well?
Yeah, so if you're just running on, say, electric 1, your heating system will work perfectly fine. But if you run on electric 2 or even mix 2, which is electric 2 and gas, all it means is everything will heat up quicker for you.
You mean there's more power?
Yeah, there's more power there. So the
I think
more
I read
power
something,
in
more
there,
kilowatts going through it, yeah.
all it is then it's the more power, the faster things heat up.
Got you.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
But the only thing is to watch is not to lean anything up against this bit of the van, because obviously once it is pumping
If
a
it
lot
feels
of heat,
blocked, will it shut off?
Yes.
If you put cover
yeah,
that,
if you smothered it,
it would
automatically
shut off. Okay. Yep.
So next one down, water inlet, just as easy as squeeze the trigger, gentle wheel, and off she comes.
Different, yep.
Yeah, and then it's just the
That's your
filter
pump.
on the end. Okay.
All
I
right.
will say, because this is brand new, I did have to straighten it out a couple of times.
Yeah.
So when you're first initially starting to it,
Yeah.
just make sure it is actually sitting in the water.
Yeah.
Because when they're new, obviously it's
Bit
been
stiff.
curled up for ages. It
Yeah.
will recurl back up. So
I mean,
just-
I normally just try and get it right down to the bottom.
yeah. Then try and keep it.
Yeah. So
I
what's
have
the
fun
thing, how
and
does
games.
that work on that one? What's the gate?
Just simply, just clicks in.
Which is the release? That thing
Get
at
the
the
little
bottom?
blue trigger at the bottom there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's- our old one had, you know, the 2 little tangs.
Oh yeah. Nice and simple these ones. So just trigger, gentle
ease
wiggle
it out.
off, and then
Yeah.
all it does is just
Clicks in.
clicks back in.
Yep. Fine. That's easy.
So next one down, got your
Battery.
leisure battery
Yep.
fitted in, ready to go.
Yep.
Next one across, obviously got your
Mains in.
mains in,
Yep.
and then the isolator for your motor movers just underneath it there.
Oh, right. Now that's all news to us. That's new to us because we.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll give you
like
a
that.
demonstration with your mover.
Okay.
Once we're finished inside
Yep.
and everything,
Yep, yep.
I'll switch it on. Now, are you planning on using your mover when you get home?
Well, we store it here.
Yeah.
We're spending an overnight here.
Yeah.
We have to go overnight, and then she lives on site here.
Yeah.
To go home, we probably will find. I may find I have to use it. I'm quite confident with towing. I'm not worried about
Yeah.
reversing, but we've got at home we've got to come off a single track road.
Yeah.
And it may be. I've got a 20-foot entrance to get into, but because of that and the length of the car, I may
Yeah,
find
yeah,
I
maybe a
can't
bit long.
get it in.
All it is then, I'll give you a quick demonstration with it, but the main thing is it's a big drain on the battery. But the design of it is they're designed for short distances of travel,
Yep.
and then of course you plug back into the electric and it revives up your battery. But obviously for
So when you say big drain, 500 metres, it'll struggle.
yes, yeah. So
I'm not
I mean, you'll
suggesting
be
we're gonna do
fine.
that, you know.
You'll be fine, sort of going from here, say down to our car park. That's not a problem.
Yep.
But certainly, if you try to go from here, say to get it all the way up
to
onto
the
the
storage,
site,
no chance.
it will probably be flat by the time
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get it
yeah.
there. So it's designed for short distances of
Yeah, and
travel.
also presumably on rougher grounds, yours is a stone drive, so presumably that makes it harder work. Or
Yeah,
or does it not?
it will. No, it will still trundle on.
Yeah.
It's
And the
slow,
slight gradient is
powerful.
going to affect it as well.
Yeah, and it will, but they will still. It'll just slowly
go.
chug its way up. They're very torquey as such. So
Yeah,
even
that
though they're not
makes
particularly quick,
Yeah.
it will just.
And I know that
tumbling on.
I know that's what we ordered. Isn't it? Yeah, okay. The battery, we need a Pacific battery that's capable
Yeah,
of
so
doing
that's
this is
the
simple.
105. That's the most powerful battery
That's
we do,
available.
and yeah, that's our Power Touch. That's the perfect combination with
Anything
it. So you'll
smaller,
no,
you
it's
struggle.
not a waste of time.
Yeah,
It'd be flat before you've even moved it down your road.
Right.
So obviously, 2 motor movers. So as I say,
Yep.
if you imagine all 4 wheels are driven at the same time, so it gives you plenty.
Yeah, and,
of,
and James said, am I right thinking that you don't have the option? It puts all 4 on.
yeah, puts all 4 on. I'll show you engagement and
wouldn't work with
disengagement.
two.
I'll show you after.
It does it automatically, does it?
What it does, if you can sometimes just have 2 on the front wheel, but it limits the movement of it. It's very sluggish. Where with on all 4 wheels,
Yeah.
if you imagine they're going independent, so
Yeah,
at one
yeah.
point one's going forwards and one's going backwards, so it gives
It
you
can,
that extra turn.
it really will turn on the sixpence.
It will, but obviously with the twin you still get the drag off the tyres. Obviously a single axle you can spin them on the spot, but for a twin it is slightly
Yeah.
more, but you have still got that movement round.
And presumably in terms of turning it, it'll turn less sharply than a single, won't it?
Yeah,
It's
but
more
it will.
gradual, but
yeah, you just have to allow. Imagine that it's more of an arc than a sort of a turning circle as such.
Yeah,
But
no.
they're good fun to have a play around with. It's like a big kid's remote control car. That's all it is. A rather expensive.
He's
remote
gone and flattened the battery already.
Yeah, but the good thing is it will always shut off before it's killed the battery.
Oh, does it?
So when it shuts off, you know you can just plug it into the mains,
Right, yeah.
leave it an hour or so, come back, and then you can carry on playing again. So
Because the other thing on this, I mean, I know, obviously we were tempted about this one. I know when we bought it that it had an optional extra. It's got the solar system on it.
Yeah.
Is that trickle charging that battery all
Yes,
the time?
yeah.
With the exception when we put a cover on it.
Yeah. But what
I
the
suppose we could tell whether I don't know.
what the solar panel does, it just keeps life in the battery. So whereas if you leave a leisure battery and it goes flat, you've killed the battery, it won't recharge.
Really?
But with the
If it goes
solar
really
panel,
flat?
yeah, it keeps a little bit of charge in it, so all you need to do is plug it back into the mains, battery charger kicks in and it will revive your battery.
And if
back to
we're,
full life.
obviously, it's on the storage compound, I mean, the intention with this fan is to go out more often, but if we're on the storage compounds, we have it stored here, would you recommend just disconnecting the terminals? If it's,
Well,
gonna
I
be-
mean,
say it's left for a month.
I wouldn't. I know if you just had it outside with the solar panel on, it would keep that battery alive.
Right.
But I wouldn't know. I couldn't say with the cover on.
No.
Because obviously with the cover blocking it off.
I mean, I think we may use the cover more for the winter months and things like that.
Yeah.
But from that person, a battery like that, if we're going to disconnect it, take it away home and get a recharge.
I'd leave it on.
See what happens.
As daft as it is,
Yeah.
leave it on because as long as there's some sun getting to that panel,
yeah.
it will
Yeah.
keep life in that battery for you.
And that's on all the time, or is there a switch for that?
Yeah,
I know we're coming.
constantly.
That's
Constantly.
a-
It's like the best dog you've ever owned. It walks itself, it feeds itself, it even cleans its own mess up. It literally sits there. When it's got something to do, it puts some charge into the battery. If it's got nothing to do, it just switches itself off.
Oh, okay.
So there's no on-off switch or anything. It just sits there and does its job.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
it's the best employee you'll ever have. So yellow bucket is obviously your two waste outlets.
Yeah, we bought, recommended, we got the Y junction thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you had a flush tank before for your toilet?
No.
No. Let me just grab the keys. Then. 2 secs.
What are you doing?
I've got nothing to look at now. I can't look at that all the time.
Gives me good opportunities. Show you your keys. So you've got 2 sets of keys, a long one and a short one.
Yeah.
And then you've also got a long one, or a long one and a short one on the other set. So that's one
Oh, so
set.
yeah, yeah.
That's your secondary set.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all it is long keys, your door key.
Yep.
Short ones, all your cupboards.
The cupboards. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that will open this one.
Yep.
He says.
Yep.
Perhaps I'm lying. Oh no, sorry.
one for that one, is it?
Tell a lie.
the other way around.
long one for this one.
Oh right. Just for that one. All right.
Well, we'll have a look on the way round. It's not normally.
Yeah, okay.
So this is a separate flush tank for your toilet. So rather than when every time you flush your toilet, it's taking it out your Aperol, it's got its own 4 to 5 litre tank here.
Oh, okay. Well,
So-
our old one had a little thing that came out, and you put the pink stuff into it.
Similar, yeah.
And you just
exactly
kept on
the
top of
same.
it. So this is a
Yeah,
slightly similar.
exactly the same, but the tank's probably just a little bit bigger on here. But I'd still only fill this up for the amount of time you're away. So say if you're
All
up
in all,
here,
about 15, 20 litres in there.
it's about 5-6 litres.
Okay, a bit less.
That it'll get in there. Oh, is that less than the other ones?
I think. Well, the other one I used to just take water bottles to it, and it take about 15 of these bottles. Maybe
Well, the
there's a
main
leak in
thing,
it somewhere.
I
don't know,
would
but
just
it
fill it
kept
up
seemed to be going in and in.
the amount of time that
How do you know
you're
it's
away.
full? It just comes up to
Yeah,
here.
it just comes up to there.
Okay.
But what I tend to do, if I'm only away for a weekend, I'll just put a small amount in it. Where obviously,
Yeah.
if I'm going away for 2 weeks in it, I would fill it up to the top there. So
But it's
up
just
to you.
in terms of flush. It's not a massive amount of flush of water that's going down. It's like
No.
the normal thing.
It's still exactly the
as
same.
thing.
Same
Pink-
principle.
Pink swirl around the bowl, and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
fine.
It's easy as that.
Okay, okay.
But
It fills
what
up
probably
there,
is slightly easier is the drain off for it.
Right.
So let me just make it. So your drain off is the black rubber hose in the top there.
Oh, I see.
So all you need to do is just pull that bung out, and that will
Yeah.
drain all the contents of this tank down.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I tend to do is carry one of the, the big plastic squash bottles,
Yeah, yeah.
and I literally drain it back into the bottle, and then I just chuck the bottle back in the gas locker. And when I go away again, then you
Yeah.
can just simply.
And
just
when would
chuck
you
it
recommend
back
that's
in.
doing? If you're tying it up for a long time, and obviously in the winter months.
Yeah, definitely winter drain it down. I mean, in the
Yep.
summer it's not essential. I definitely wouldn't take it down the road with it full, just in case it does slosh out inside the van.
Oh, really? So when you're leaving a site, empty it.
Yeah, you don't have to empty it, but if you have filled it up and hardly use it, I would take sort of a fair amount of the liquid.
You mean
back
it could
out of
slosh around inside there a bit?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, right.
yeah.
So,
and obviously the pink liquid.
yeah, that's something we didn't bother
can
doing
stay
before.
with
But then
things.
on the new systems that they recommend, drain it down a bit.
Yeah, just take a bit out.
Yeah.
Toilet set is just held in,
Yeah.
just by the handle in the bottom there,
Okay.
and then it is one of the lovely Trolley Dolly ones. So no more carrying it, but I wouldn't recommend taking it on holiday with you because you'll probably get some funny looks in the airport.
Oh, okay, right. That's a new thing. I've not seen that yet.
And all it does, clips back
Yeah, I
down,
can see that. Yeah.
and then just simply pushes in
Yeah.
and locks in.
And
Are
then
you
the
happy?
empty looks similar. It looks very similar.
Yeah.
So that one, and then
Turn, round,
Turn,
unscrew,
empty,
and then obviously
press the
hold
button,
the
let the
button
air
down,
in.
just the air race.
and the same thing. In terms of that's because when I put on site, well, what would you recommend? Putting the hose through there or opening it out? When I'm on site, I've normally give them a swill out, or do you not
You can
recommend
do.
that?
Yeah, you can. do.
Opening
some
that, I
people
take
do.
it yes, it slides out or not? Or is it different? Or is it?
You can, you can still slide that off.
Yeah,
so
and
you've
then-
got
and then
access
turn that-
to it,
yeah, that's what I've done before, yeah,
and
yeah.
you can just run smart.
just give
like
it-
that.
yeah, okay, fine, yeah, it's
I
the
mean, it
same
all
principle.
depends on how much you used it.
Yeah. No, I got it.
If I've got my nieces with me, then yes, I will definitely rinse it out. But if it's just me, I'll just leave it. You know what kids are like.
Yeah.
Every
Very
2
good.
minutes.
Right.
So, round the back.
Yep.
2 rear legs are obviously on the back end.
Yeah.
Now,
Are they screwed from the back? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the new vans now come standard
That's great,
with
yeah,
the
so there's-
templates for a bike rack. So
Yeah.
if you did want to add a bike rack, it's a lot cheaper to add one to that than it is to get the template put on as well.
So
So
they
it's-
put a bit of strength in the back.
yes.
Back panel.
Yeah, well, they're built with them on now, so they're built into the structure of the van.
Yeah,
So whereas
can't automatic.
some people will get a retro fit afterwards, put the bikes on and it'll rip the back of the caravan off. Well, now you know that's built in by factory, so it's a stable.
Well, I suppose if we need a place for extra backs, but I know with the big Volvo we take 4 on the roof.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yep.
So-
access to the.
Yeah, so this is obviously under your bed.
Yep.
Fantastic dual access. The
Yep.
only thing is to watch is that you're not putting too much items in this for
of the
travelling.
weight.
Yeah, just for the weight. Obviously, when you're on site, you can cram whatever you want in there. Even the kids, if they're really irritating, you can chuck them in there. If not,
I mean, what we've normally put something in here. I mean, I presume that's all right. But what we've done in the past, I'll put in the back of here, is Wastemaster, the awning.
I'd say put the awning between the axles. I know it's a big, heavy van. I know you've got a decent car that's going to pull it, but you will find it will, if you've got a lot of weight in the back end, it will affect the way the tail end goes on the van. So I would always put
Even
your
if the
awning.
nose weight's positive. I mean, obviously, I know you don't want a negative nose weight when you're lifting, but even if you reduce the nose weight a bit, then it will have the effect. You think? Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, no,
put
it's
it
fair
that
enough,
way.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'd, anything heavy, always between the axles, and then try and just keep the lighter stuff.
I mean, the
at front
awning one,
and
it's
back.
not a canvas one, it's one of those, you know, it's the, well, we don't even know, well, we hope it's going to fit, it's a 390, because that door opens in, I'm hoping, I may be wrong, it may not, that it will make it just to there.
Yeah.
Sort
Fingers
of.
crossed.
Fingers crossed. Well, they say give it a go.
Yeah.
You know, and if
Well,
it doesn't, you know.
See how you get on with putting it in there. I wouldn't recommend it, but take it down the road. You'll soon know by the way it feels behind you.
Having said that, if you got it further forward and kept it there, that's
It's
feels
not
there.
Yeah, it's not far off.
that's not too bad, is it? No.
Just see it. But obviously, I mean, I've taken vans out before now, got down the road and thought, oh, hang on, this is right. Pulled over and then looked and someone's put an awning under the bed.
And there's
So
massive
I will
under there,
take the awning out, put it between the axles, and then
made
as
the
I go down
difference.
the road, and it'll sit dead straight and true behind me then.
Yeah.
So just see when you're going down the road
Okay,
and see
fair
how
enough.
it turns and play it by
fair
ear.
enough.
So, next one down. Obviously, motor moves again, but I'll show you that afterwards. Fridge vents, nothing different than you used to. Obviously, heat's exchanged out the back.
The only difference with this one, but it doesn't matter, is the fridge is obviously within the awning. Our old van, it was all on the other side.
Yeah.
But, again, presumably block this off. If it's electric, it won't affect it, but if you're running on gas,
Yeah, it
it'll
will
shut
slightly.
down.
The gas,
Is that the exhaust or
the
is it out
gas
the top?
comes out this side.
But that's the
From when it's on,
our old
yeah.
one, I think it came out through the roof.
Yeah, no, it just comes out on that one end there. But I mean, if it's in your awning, it's not really going to make if anything, it'll put a little bit of warmth in the awning for you. So at least if you sat out at night, you're a little bit warmer.
No, marvellous.
But wheels and tyres while I'm here,
Yep.
all on the door. So
Oh, what, the
28 psi per tyre.
Oh, very little.
Yeah, and then it's 130 newton metres for your wheel nuts.
What is it saying? Oh, it's
at the very bottom there,
on the
yeah.
30 newton metre. Okay.
So for your wheel nuts, they've been checked in the PDI. I'll do them again for you today.
Yep.
And then from today onwards, it's down to yourselves to be checked.
What I was asking, I think James didn't quite get, is is whether they did locking wheel nuts just to stop the wheels being taken off the axle, but they don't seem to. They don't these days.
Don't know if we do them in the shop
Yeah,
here.
with a
but-
car, like in
yeah,
all cars,
you
they-
can. They are just a standard wheel nut.
Yeah.
So you can
But
just
that's-
get.
Yeah, maybe it's not an issue
locking
these days.
wheel nuts on it.
People don't really.
No, not
What
really.
are they standard
but-
19
Yeah,
mil head?
yeah.
Okay,
So I mean, you can just buy
so
some locking wheel nuts.
any
and
set would fit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, as long as you torque them up when you put them on, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Okay.
fine.
So,
So
yeah.
you can lock them on.
But in terms of the lock, he mentioned a lock. Is this yellow
Yeah,
thing
they're
here?
your receivers
Yeah.
for your Alco wheel lock. So all you need to do is just line them up perfectly with the hole, which is a bit fiddly, but you have got
So
a
is
motor
that a good
mover.
enough line-up, or is it not? Yeah, just out of curiosity.
No, it needs to be up more. Yeah. It needs to be slap bang in the centre of
In
that.
relation to that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's where the Alco lock fits
Fits
through,
in, yeah.
and then obviously the centre bit goes through and screws straight into there.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
But I mean, you've got a mover, so it's not too bad. But what you find is you may get this one lined up, and that one may not be. So you may just need a jack just to lift it up.
That's part of
That's
I'm a carpenter by trade, but I'm the right carrier the other caravan. There's a 3-ton bottle jack, so it's easy, well capable of lifting this.
Yeah.
Is this where on the van can I lift it with? You know the nature of the bottle jacks. It's just got a one inch diameter.
Anywhere you could try and get something solid off the chassis is preferable.
Yeah.
So underneath, anywhere sort of solid, and obviously more go for a solid section.
So that's not too bad, is
yeah.
it?
I mean, if you're only just
Is there
lifting it
anything
off
on
the
the
floor.
axle? What about? I'm looking. See, that's a mover. So where is it? There's no sort of flat plate as such.
No, what it is when the movers go on, that's where the jacking points are.
Oh right, so
So the sort of where the movers are as such. So as long as you're somewhere solid on that, you're perfectly fine just to gently
ease it up a bit.
Yeah, ease it up a bit.
I was going to put one there. You'll probably just get that one off and not actually the front. won't you?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, no, I'm just thinking in terms of if you have a flat, for instance, on the, to change the time myself and wasting somebody else coming out.
Yeah, waiting there for 4 hours.
And I think the replacements I'm not worried about. The spares are just ordinary steel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I think isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And the spare, in terms of weight, that lives in the bag, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's what
And
I
they
mean.
don't-
Watch what you put inside of there.
And can you put it in the front? Because the old Covenant, there
There
was a hollow in the wheel.
Fix it in there where it is actually fixed under the bed.
Yeah.
So it's not going to go anywhere in there. Obviously, you
unless
could put
make
it
up
in
your
the
own,
front.
unless you make up your own some device.
Yeah. If you can wedge it in there, you can put it in there. But I mean, I think it's good underneath the bed because it is quite easily accessible, depending on what you've got underneath there.
Yeah.
But I mean, fingers crossed, you'll never have to use it.
No.
The same as I've got a car and
Well,
touch wood. Touch wood. I haven't had a flat tyre yet, so we'll.
When you open the boot and find, I haven't even got a spare. It's just a can of foam.
Well, the modern way now, modern way.
No, we have a spare, but it's not a big spare.
Yeah.
Little spacey and things, isn't it? Rubbish. Right.
So that's about it for the outside. Unless you've got any other questions.
No, I saw the aerials on the
Yeah.
the outside, normal thing that's going up. No, I don't think so. I think everything looks
Lovely. Well, if you want to jump in then, and we'll make a start on the inside.
Yeah.
For you.
Okay. Right, it's warm in here.
Yeah, I've had the
Never get
heating
out of
off.
this.
Oh no, sorry. You're lucky it's got the easier
Oh, gosh,
control
it's
panel.
warm
Where the
in
new
here.
ones, I spent 20 minutes telling people about the panel up there, so by the time you've held the camera up there for 20 minutes, I can see him going on. So, as you see, oh, hang on, put my covers on. I have got your heating on, and as you can feel how warm it is in here, the heating in these newer vans is
Oh God,
fantastic.
23, no wonder. Blimey.
Where's this saying
You need
26?
to turn it down a bit.
Yeah, I will, I'll knock it down now.
We normally have about -5.
Oh
Well, I
God.
get
Will it
windstep on the
refrigerate?
time, because I like
I'll be
it
good. I'll
cold.
take my shoes off. Well done. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's very posh.
So
Well done,
let me
yeah.
just turn this down. The one good feature when you got it on, if you notice,
So it's just a dial.
yeah, you can just turn it down as easy
So
as
you can
that.
crank it down. Oh,
Oh,
right.
that's nice and easy,
Yeah.
isn't
So what's that? Is that the time? Is that a clock? No. Or was that?
12 degrees.
I won't confuse you yet. That's
Okay,
obviously
well-
the time it is on that one there. But
Oh,
I'll
fine,
come
okay.
to that.
Oh, I can feel it cooling air now already.
Yeah, it will. All that'll do.
So it's blowing in cold air. If you ask to get the temperature down, it
That's
blows
just
in
because I've
cold
got
air.
the door open. All it is, because I've turned it down now, it's just switched the fans off.
Right.
So that's all it's done now. So it's
See, that's what that's the bit that that's the bit that I'm going to find the new challenge because our old fit had no heating.
Yeah.
No, you no, you buggers! You decommissioned the heater. You say that's not safe. It was old,
Condemned it, so you
yeah,
weren't
it was
allowed to
old
use it.
Truma thing. You said no, you can't have that.
So front corner here.
Right.
That's your Truma heating system. So that does your air blown system
Yeah.
as well as your 10-litre hot water tank, all integrated in the same
Okay,
unit.
right.
Main thing I like to show
Yeah,
you
drain off
is
thing?
your drain off.
Yeah.
So obviously you're staying in the van tonight, so I won't drain it down at the end of the demonstration.
Yeah.
But just be aware when you're finished tomorrow morning,
Drain it off.
whenever you're finished,
Yeah.
just simply lift
Flick
that
it up
up
to the
in the
vertical,
air,
isn't it? Yeah, and it'll
then
drain
just
down.
leave one of your taps open, and that will drain all the contents of the boiler and virtually all your pipe work out the van for
And
you.
with the tap open, that was that to allow air to get in.
Yeah,
to
just
help
allows the air into the system, so everything can simply
drain out.
Yeah, just
and
drop
it's
through
draining
the
under the floor here somewhere.
Yeah, literally directly where the tap is there.
Okay,
So when you
yeah.
lift it up, it comes directly through the floor there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
then
that's
obviously
easy.
we've got your onboard pump. Is there?
Oh, okay. So that's there. So I see.
Still have a bit
Yeah,
there.
sorry, look.
Can't
Yeah,
And then,
Yeah.
onboard pump, that's just a suppression unit which tries to control the flow of the water so it doesn't splatter quite so much.
Oh, okay.
But
Right.
it still do well, obviously, when you're priming it and everything,
Yeah, yeah.
it will do.
Yeah.
We've then got your lovely consumer unit.
Yep, yep.
So, on the very top, your system shutdown. So, you know you said about removing your battery.
Yes.
What I'd simply do is just hit your system shutdown, and what that does is isolate any drain off your 12 volt. It's there, it is a black switch.
Okay.
Pressed when it's popped up in the air, that's the system off. When you pushed it down, it's sitting flat, that's it on.
Oh, okay. Right.
So what you can do is simply pop that off,
Yeah.
and what it does, it doesn't switch off your solar panel, it just switch off any drain off that battery. So
Okay.
your solar panel's still gently putting power back in the battery.
Yeah,
but
because that's an
there's no
aftermarket.
drain.
That was an extra, wasn't it? Put on
Yeah.
by somebody. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
But
that did it.
that'll trick all the battery, but nothing else.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So then across the top, reverse polarity, do you ever take your van abroad?
Yes. So you're saying I don't have to have my? We take it.
You'll still need an adapter.
Yeah.
What that does is just light up to let you know the power is reversed externally.
Oh, so you mean when you hook up, that'll tell you need to put the
if you
different
plug in, if it lights up, it won't power anything up in the van. It stops the power there, so it doesn't frazzle anything in the van.
No, I've got we've got various adapters that we've made up. Well, that's what they tell you to do.
Yeah.
Switch to earth and neutral. Well, not earth, but you know, live.
Absolutely. It's there backwards.
And we've got the tester that shows you, doesn't it? Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, but all this is that will light up to let you know there's a problem. Obviously, once you've got your adapter on, you'll come back in.
It's a protector as well. There's no way you can.
No, it won't frazzle anything. It literally kills all the power off inside there, so it doesn't.
And leaves you that light, and you know, right?
Yeah,
I need to put this connection.
Light on, bad. Light off, good.
Yep.
Next one down, battery charger.
Yep.
I would just leave that one on constantly because you know then every time you plugged into the mains,
it's on.
It's obviously recharging.
Oh, okay, so if you don't plug that in, it's just relying on your solar panel. Nothing. The mains is not charging. Okay, fine. Yep.
Then we've got heating and hot water.
Yep.
All that one does is send the power up to the panel up there. Doesn't actually switch anything on or off on here. It just sends the 240 power around the system for you. So again, I would just leave that one on constantly because you know then as soon as you're plugged into the mains, your heating and hot water system, you're running off the mains electric.
And am I right in assuming, Owen, that the heating system presumably won't fire up until I've got water to it and it started loading up with water?
Yeah, with the elements.
If you drained it down, presumably
with the elements in these new ones,
it can't
will
dry.
only heat up when there's water present. If there's no water in it, it shuts the element off. No, so you can't
boil dry.
Foolproof. Foolproof as such. So
okay,
very user-friendly.
that's it.
And the very end one is exactly as it says. It's just a spare.
Oh, I see. Right.
It's got no use whatsoever. It just sits there and looks good.
If you want to add extras of some form.
Yeah, if you ever did want to. But all it is the units are still designed for ones that have got separate fires and boilers. But obviously yours is integrated now, so it is just all on the one switch there for you.
Okay.
But as I say, it doesn't switch anything on off. All it does is send the power up to the panel up there.
And then you've got fuses and circuit breakers.
12-volt fuses.
Right.
240 breakers.
Yep.
And then inside the board there, 12-volt fuses.
Yeah.
And your 240 breakers.
Okay.
So really, the only time you should need to come in here is if you're hitting your system shutdown, or if you've got any electrical problems.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that looks excellent.
Fantastic.
What's the blue box down there?
That's the computers for your motor mover.
Oh, computers.
So right. Two.
Yeah.
Obviously one for each
side. Yeah.
So one for the front ones and one for the back ones.
Yeah.
And then this is your battery charger at the front there.
Oh, okay, right. Okay. And I take it, it makes common sense. Avoid covering this with any clothing materials and things like this.
Even electrical stuff still needs a bit of air to breathe so it can cool down and that. You're not too bad putting some bits in there, but no, I definitely I wouldn't smother it. I wouldn't smother it. Give it a little bit of air to breathe.
No, that's very good.
So, next one, we'll do above the door.
Right.
Very nice and simple. We'll do this one first.
You're talking to a complete techno Luddite, so this is the bit that I won't know.
Well, be lucky you didn't get a newer one because they've got an electric control panel on that. It takes us about an hour to explain it. So you're lucky. So it's as easy as power off.
Right. Yes.
We can do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
Power on.
That's our level.
That's it.
Christmas Eve.
That's our level. Right, we're good with that.
There you go. Right, easy found these keys. Thank you very much. So you'll see when it switches on, obviously it lights up on the power button to let you know it's on.
Yep.
And then you get the one at the top in the lightning strike, lets us know we're running on the 240.
Yep.
And then the one inside the caravan obviously lets us know we're running on the leisure battery.
The battery, okay. Yep.
So when you switch on there, the three lights, if you see them three lights, you're good to go.
Okay.
Then we've got view levels, shows us the condition of your leisure battery. Will also show us the condition of the vehicle battery if we were attached to the car as well.
Oh, okay. Right, yep.
Then water pump.
Yep, go ahead. Yep.
Simple as that.
Separate switch for the water pump.
But as you hear now, when I switch your water pump on, nothing's running because I've already primed up your system for you.
Right. Okay.
So obviously,
how long does it take when you turn up at the site?
It took me about a minute and a half by the time. So cold tap first, and you know that then you're drawing out the Akerol. And there's no problems. This is where I struggled yesterday because the pipe kept curling up. So I kept sucking in air. So
it stopped.
So cold first, so you've got constant running water, and then just simply shut it off, come to the hot side, and run it on the hot side till you've got constant running water. Once you've got running water on both sides of the tap, your system's primed up and ready to go.
So do it at that tap,
always start here and then obviously
presumably it looks like it's a mixer if you want to mix it around.
So if you want medium hot water, obviously to hot and to cold.
And then in terms of capacities, obviously the Akerol is whatever it is, 40 litres. How much is it going to need to take on board?
It's 10 litre hot water tank.
10 litres is going to come on straight away.
And then obviously it's just the pipe work then. So
call it 15.
Yeah, between 12 and 15 litres along then.
Yeah, so for the first setup, your first Akerol is going to go down pretty quick.
Yeah.
and then obviously after that you're okay.
Yeah. Then just top it back up again and.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Happy
So
with
then the last one's on the panel up here. If you do see it's gone off now, it does go into sort of sleep mode, so the light's on.
Oh, you mean it's on?
All you need to do is just press any button and it wakes the screen back up again.
And then finally, which is obviously showing vehicle battery. When we're in hookup mode, and also it's going to show a light because
the only when you're going down the road, as soon as you plug that in, it will automatically, as long as you put your fridge on, it will automatically run your fridge. You don't have to specifically change the battery over.
Because our old one, there was a switch.
Rocker switch. You have to change it.
To change car when you're travelling. Otherwise,
the only reason you want to change it from leisure battery to vehicle battery is if you'd flatten your leisure battery or you had a problem and you're in the middle of nowhere, you've got no other power, you can plug into the car and then simply press vehicle battery and it will run off the 12-volt system from the vehicle.
But then draining that down as well.
Yeah.
So you run the risk you can't. You might not get away at all.
Yeah, you're probably better sleeping in the dark.
Okay.
Just as a suggestion. But I mean, in this modern day and age, there isn't really any need to change over from your batteries, and with your solar panel as well, there should be never any need